You are now tuned in to the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts Podcast.
Yo, what is going on? This is DJ Brainstorm on the mic with you right now, coming to you live and direct with episode number 129 of the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts Podcast. We good to go.
You want to run it?
No, we good. What's going on? This is DJ Brainstorm coming to you live and direct with episode 129 of the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts Podcast. We are back again on a Sunday live on YouTube.
Yeah.
You got to fill in for Playboy.
I got to do the Playboy.
You got to represent for Playboy right now. Back live on YouTube as always on Sundays right now. If you're checking us out throughout the week, live on SoundCloud, on TuneIn, on the Stitcher app, or on Apple Podcasts. However, wherever you get your podcast, we are happy that you are tuned in to us this week. Mm-hmm. Dev, how you feeling?
Another day, another win. Mm-hmm. Feeling great, man. You know, I mean, it's getting crazy. It's 4 out of the last 5 weeks, you know. And I'm feeling pretty good, man. Feeling pretty good. Enjoy watching the game today. It was the Browns season finale, so feeling good, man.
Home game finale.
Yeah, home game finale.
Yeah, home finale. Yeah. It was cool watching the game today.
Mm-hmm.
I can't lie, I fell asleep on it in a bunch of parts because I couldn't sleep last night, and so I just by the time I got in today and the game started, I was just falling asleep at different points in time. But the game was good. Baker played his ass off.
Yeah, he did.
Shout out to everybody with the Browns right now. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit, but it was a good win. It was a good win. So as y'all can see, we are one member down at the table.
Yeah, man.
Week. Unfortunately, Playboy won't be joining us this week. Mm-hmm. He has a personal issue going on right now that he's taking care of. So I don't know. Maybe if you think about it, he might sign into the YouTube feed, you know, and you know, highlight us a little bit. But he got something personal going on that he has to take care of right now. So shout out to Playboy. Mm-hmm. I know he gonna be feeling it because
we got you, brother.
Yeah, because this is only the second time that he'll be done missed the episode of the show. Today is episode 129, and so this is literally only the second time he's missed one.
Man.
And the only time he missed one before is because he was out of town.
And trust us, this is important.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's very important. So so shout out to Playboy, man. You know, we'll hold it down for you today. And so we'll highlight him next Sunday, man. Next Sunday we gonna do our year end show next Sunday.
I got a lot of stuff, man. We got a bunch of fun stuff.
Yeah. So we getting our stuff together. You know, so we'll have some topics that's gonna pertain to year end stuff, like a year in review stuff that we'll be looking forward to going into 2019. I guess we'll have some extra stuff recorded too.
Yeah, and some of the shit we want to leave in 2018.
Yeah, all of that stuff. All of that.
You know, my dumb ass. I'm gonna leave some of this bullshit in 2018, y'all.
Yeah, all of that. So we'll have all that coming together for y'all next Sunday. So make sure that y'all get tuned in to the episode next Sunday evening.
How you feeling today, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm just tired, man. It's you know, it's the end of the year. We was just talking about that, how at the end of the year I think everybody kind of just clock out.
Yeah.
You just kind of on autopilot. You know, you're not really doing too much at work. People taking time off work. So that's kind of been me. I've just been clocked out and I'm tired. Like I said, I fell asleep during the game earlier, unfortunately. But outside of that, it's been good. You know, how was your week though?
Man, it was cool. Speaking of the game,
first week on the job too.
Yeah, first week on the job, man. You know what I mean? Cool week. My job is strictly home based. So
so you always gonna be working from home now?
Always working from home.
Welcome
man.
to the club.
I did it a couple years ago. I ended up having to go back into the workforce, like, you know, working at an office because it drove
like a regular peasant.
Me crazy.
You know what though? Working from home is like it's good and bad. You know, because there are times that I'm literally sitting here bored. And, you know, because you just have no interaction.
You don't have nobody.
Yeah, you don't have no interaction with nobody. So it's times I'm sitting there and I'm just like, damn, this is boring.
Yeah, it's boring as hell.
And then it's sometimes that it's, you know, like 8 feet of snow outside, and you like, you know what?
And you like,
yeah, this that shit. You know.
But yeah, man, no, it was cool week, man. Like I said, speaking of the game, man, had some, you know, family stuff went down this week, so I ended up having to be at home today. So, you know, I got season tickets to the Browns. Whatever was the last game of the season. Last 2 weeks, I think I might have talked about it. Last 2 home games my feet was like icicles. You know what I'm saying? I had on Timberlands. I realized Timberlands are fashion boots.
They are definitely fashion boots.
They are not made for the cold. So ended up staying home, and I'm like, all right, let me throw my ticket up on Ticketmaster. You know what I'm saying? So good luck. Good thing the Browns winning a little bit. Mm-hmm. First thing I get on there last night. I'm gonna use percentages, all right, because I don't want to tell them, how much my season tickets is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But no, I get on there and I did a what would you call it?
That was more than 100%.
Yeah, a 25%. Yeah, I got 100% profit on it, but I did 20.
Initially, you put up about
25%.
Okay.
No, 50%. 50%. Mm-hmm. But then I looked. And I don't care. My ticket's $50 a piece. So initially,
fuck the math.
Yeah.
Fuck the math.
Initially, I put it up there for $75, but my dumb ass didn't go to like StubHub or whatever first
to see what other tickets was going for.
The cheapest ticket was $125.
I peeked yesterday, yeah, and that's the lowest I saw was $125.
So I hurried up and went back in Ticketmaster and put my shit up to $125.
Right.
But as I was going to bed last night, I checked around like 1 a.m. and nobody had bought it yet. So my scary ass. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna drop it down to 100. Drop it down to 100. Woke up this morning, somebody had bought the ticket, man. So I got 50. I got plus 50 on the ticket. So I think I'm gonna remember that for next year. You know what I mean? So, but I'm done with all Christmas shopping and stuff like that. I'm we work from home now. I only got Christmas Day off, but you work from home, so
it's like it ain't a problem then.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, so
I get it. Well, I mean, we'll let's touch this one first.
Mm-hmm. How was your week, man?
Well, let's finish that first.
Yeah,
my week was good. It's been slow. It's legitimately been slow. People have been trying to get final stuff planned for like maybe what's gonna happen on New Year's. What we're gonna do, but it's been pretty slow. At the DJ on Friday evening, had to do a little wedding reception on Friday evening. Outside of that, I've been just chilling. It's been nothing crazy. Good to go. Again, I'm just waiting to get into my week off here. Well, technically a full week off. Tomorrow I got to do a little something, but yeah, I'm just ready to sit back and relax. Turn my alarm clock off. Hell, put my away message up on that. There, I can't wait for it. So.
Feel that.
Yeah, but since you brought up the Christmas, so you said you got all your shopping and stuff
I'm done, man. First time in a long time I was done early.
What about everybody in the feed that's watching this right now
or
listening this week? Let us know if y'all done with all y'all Christmas shopping.
And if y'all ain't got me nothing, then y'all ain't got shit. No,
But y'all getting DMST this year.
Y'all getting us, man.
No, so you got everything. I saw you had put the little in our one little group me chat that we
have
going on. You put it up that you was because you was working from home. So I saw the tree up there. I saw all the gifts out there and everything. So
and that because we still got the I don't know if she we still got it going because Santa got to come.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Santa got to come.
Yeah.
So it's still a bunch of gifts. Santa got to wrap and put under the tree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I saw a whole thread about that. Let's go here real quick. I saw a whole thread about that. You were a parent.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a whole thread about that on Facebook. I think last week where somebody was saying, "What are they telling their kids?" Like when they find out they're okay. You know what I mean.
You know what I want to say.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
In fact, I took a whole picture of it. And now you want me to say it or
go ahead.
He's watching? Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick. I was wondering why I screenshot it, and I think I tried to send it to you in message, and I don't think it went through.
Okay.
So I remember looking like, why the fuck didn't this go through?
Yeah, if you watching with Mackenzie, mute it. Okay.
Okay.
We're about to tell the truth.
Like it was this got to be some white people shit. Sorry to all our white brethren out there.
Man.
But
they don't need no apologies.
This
asses. All right, my bad.
It was just look at this. This is a whole ass. In fact, I'm gonna throw it into YouTube real quick.
Okay.
Let's do that. But how do you approach that? I know she's of an age where she's still doing some.
You let I got a 12-year-old who gets it. You know what I mean?
Let's see if I can throw it in here.
For her, it happened organically. You know what I mean? I think she just found out.
Mm-hmm.
Like at school or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like a big ordeal. I just think eventually you tell them, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think they get old enough and they ain't stupid. It might be different nowadays with like the internet and shit like that. They can probably find some shit out a little bit quicker.
You would think more kids would know nowadays because everybody's on their internet and and they holding their tablets and they doing all this other stuff. You would kind of think that maybe they would know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's how you handle. All right. So it's not gonna let me put it in there. So I'll just kind of read parts of it or whatever. How somebody, it's got to be a white person thing. How they were talking about how they would approach it with their kid, especially since it said "Dear Sophia."
Could be Mexican.
I guess so. But it says
Buenos dias. Oh, my bad. That's not what it says.
Buenos dias.
He two-time me in.
But it was basically saying, she asked a good question, "Are you Santa?" And she knows she's wanted the answer to this question for a long time. The answer is, please, if y'all had kids or if y'all in the car, turn it down.
Mute it.
The answer is no, I am not Santa. There is no one Santa. I am the person who fills your stockings with presents, though. Also choose and wrap the presents, under the tree and yada, yada, yada. That won't make you Santa, though. Santa is bigger than any person, and his work has gone on longer than any of us have lived. What he does is simple, but it's powerful. It's a big job, an important one. I'm just picking out the bullet points. Santa is a teacher, and I have been his student, and now you know the secret of how he gets down all these chimneys. It's just like, man. Look, okay, I'm not in this position. I don't have kids that I'll have to give this whole thing of telling them. Yeah. But if they come and ask you if Santa's real or something like that, don't you think you owe them at that point in time to go ahead and tell them, like, yo, this is really what happens? I
think you gotta preserve it. All right, how can I put this, man? I can't remember not knowing. I can't remember thinking Santa was real. You know, like it's just gonna come a point where organically, naturally, you either tell them or they find out because their brain and their comprehension level was ready for that information. You know what I mean? Like I had my daughter the other day, and I had her, but every day I pick her up from school every day. So I pick her up the other day. We driving home, and she turned. Well, I'm driving. She, they can like look through the rear view or whatever. She looks at me, and she like, "Daddy, how do parents get the babies?" And I was like, "Oh, whoa."
So after you swerve, after you swerve,
I said, "God blesses parents with kids." Well, how does it pick? How do they pick who they look like? And I'm like, oh shit. You're not ready for me to tell you about, know what I mean? Yeah, DNA, and she ain't ready yet. So I think eventually it just organically happens. You can tell by the way by the way they format the question. When they come into the room and they like, fuck the bullshit. I want Madden this year. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, I think you're ready to find out that Santa not going. You know what I mean?
That Santa ain't giving you Madden this year.
Yeah.
I got laid off. Santa giving your ass Tecmo Bowl this year.
I will give you YouTube Red. You can watch unlimited Madden videos on YouTube.
Tell me about it. Now, I see we got a question in the feed that says, how do y'all feel about letting a fat white man take credit for your hard work? I guess this kind of goes hand in hand.
I'm about to say some fucked up shit.
I mean, I guess it kind of goes hand in hand where it's, you've worked hard all week. And again, I'll defer to you. I'll still defer to you. But I know you have to let kids have their fantasies and enjoy all these different things. But you put up with a lot of shit to get the stuff that you got and that you've gained over the course of that year. So how do you feel about that?
I always got to take it too far. Black people in general allow our Caucasian brethren to take credit for a lot of stuff, starting with the baby in which we celebrate Christmas for. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like we let our Caucasian brothers take credit for a lot of shit that we do.
True that.
You know what I mean? So I think the best way for me to counter that is to try to make sure she sees a brown Santa because she can be inundated because kids are asking you like, why is Santa brown? You know what I'm saying? And let her know that it's not some little fat white man. You know what I'm saying? Like Santa can look different. You know what I mean? So I'll make sure, when she watch certain stuff on YouTube or YouTube Kids or whatever, that it's Black Santa. I'll Google I'll put in the search bar Black Santa cartoon. Just so she knows that it's not some little white man with a white beard. And she gets it. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Ain't nobody gonna take credit for what the fuck I do wrong.
No, I get it. I think in a sense maybe that can kind of be overblown too, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is you're going to ultimately tell them at some point anyway that you're the one that's giving them all the stuff anyway. So I think maybe at some point it's a little overblown. And you know, it's.
I think you entertain them for years.
Yeah.
You got to entertain the kids, man. You got to entertain them.
But you cool with that though?
Yeah, you got to. It's the same thing with the Tooth Fairy, all that kind of shit.
How old was your oldest when you finally kind of gave her the real?
Well, I'm saying she learned like at school. It was organic. A lot of times nowadays, you like, oh shit, she just asked me. She just came in and asked me for 3 toys. I think she get it. You know what I mean? It's not.
She didn't say, "Dad, can I write Santa?"
Yeah, she was just like, "Hey, I want to."
Hey, this is what I want. Yo.
It was this bike a couple years ago where it was like 1 wheel or some shit like that, and she just asked me for it. I'm like, okay, all right, okay, she get it. I ain't got to play games with her no more.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. So along that line also of Christmas, you asked me something a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll let you phrase the question.
No, because I know it's holiday time. We can get wrapped up in it. You know, sometimes with holidays and people who celebrate holidays, it might come and go. You know, like a lot of stuff comes and goes. The 4th, even Thanksgiving comes and goes. Christmas is one of those lingering holidays. You know what I mean? It's like as soon as niggas digest the turkey, everywhere you go with some lights and the tree and the fucking
before
the commercials.
The commercials start. I say the commercials start earlier and earlier every single year.
It's crazy. So we know, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, you grew up, religious beliefs and all that kind of stuff, Jehovah's Witnesses stuff like that. So how do you tackle the holidays? How was it for you coming up during the holidays, shit like that, man?
Our home was different, man, because like my father didn't practice the religion, but he never made it where we had to. He just respected what my mom wanted to do. Probably because he ain't a real big holiday person himself. So it was never like a real big problem for us at home growing up. You know, our biggest thing came from when we went out in other places. So now when we in school and you got to do the little gifts exchange in school or something like that. Now we got to go sit in somebody's classroom or something like that because we ain't taking part in that. That shit is actually kind of rough for a kid when you in like elementary school or something like that. That you see everybody take part in something every single year that you're not about to take part in, even if it was like Valentine's Day and and they just passing out little cookies or a little, how elementary school you get the little cheap ass cards or whatever they have you get to other people. So that's like the only time I really felt it. I never really felt it at home because home was just home. I mean, it just wasn't what we did. So I don't even know the feeling of really getting Christmas presents. Like really, the only person that really ever bought us stuff was my grandmother, and because we wasn't celebrating the holiday, she would always buy us something practical. I remember being a kid, being like, "Yo, I hope she actually get us something nice this year," and then she'll send something and it'd be like a robe. So it'd be like a robe, some practical ass shit or whatever. So I'm just like, yo,
here goes some apples, man.
Eat these, bitch. It was always weird. But yeah, so I don't have this real big feeling personally of feeling like I'm missing something because I've went my whole life of not ever really taking part in it.
Damn.
So for some people I know that's really hard for them to kind of comprehend.
Yeah, it is.
Because some people grow up and Christmas is that time of year. Yeah, it's that thing that they go crazy for, they live for it. And for me, because I never experienced it at all, it does not bother me.
Damn, that's crazy.
I honestly, me personally, we can fast forward past a lot of this year because y'all don't hate me, but I just feel like this time of year it's a lot of fakeness that goes on.
Tell the truth. Let's get into it.
I just feel like it's a lot of fakeness that goes on with people. I love this time. I can appreciate this time of year the same way I can appreciate Thanksgiving because you can get around family. You get people that travel in. You ain't seen them in forever. Everybody's together. You having food, laughs. It's us black people. We don't get together all the time unless it's something church related or somebody die or somebody get married.
Yep.
Ain't nobody getting together other than these holidays, so I appreciate it. But for me, that's about as far as it goes. Honestly, it just, let me see y'all. Let me put my time in with the family. Let me get some good food.
Because the message is distorted.
True that.
I can't, man, I'm going to get blowback.
Well, hell, we've gotten blowback before.
What is important about Christmas?
That's the thing. What's the message?
Because I understand when people say, it's about celebrating Jesus' birth. I understand that. I think it has a very communal meaning too. You know, it brings families together.
Definitely.
It shows the power of giving and how why giving is meaningful, shit like that. So,
and I think that's a good part of it.
Yeah, that's the good part of it.
When you go outside of yourself to do for others, I think that's an excellent part about this time of year.
The problem is when, you know, because it's religion can muddy the waters a bit. You know what I mean? It can, because if people don't necessarily agree, you know, they don't agree or practice that same religion, then it kind of shuts the doors.
True.
When it comes to it. So yeah.
So
and I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna get us, you know.
I will. No, but the other part of it too for me is also kind of that part with the religious aspect that gets tied to it, because everybody says you celebrating Jesus' birth or whatever, and y'all can hate me if y'all want to, but do your own research. Everybody knows that Jesus was not born on December 25th. That's just what people say. That's how you attach. That's how you do stuff to start having a religious connotation to it and keep keep things flowing. When otherwise, outside of that, a religious group would look at it and be like, okay, no, we're not taking part in this. So that's my other part on it too. Christmas is just, at this point, has become more of
message. Jesus wasn't born on December 25th.
I mean, do your own research.
That's real shit.
It ain't like I'm just pulling this out the air, you know. But at the end of the day, this has just become such a commercialized time of year that that, like you say, everything gets muddied in it, you know, and your commercials start earlier and earlier every single year. The sales start earlier and earlier every single year. You used to be able to sit at home on Thanksgiving and enjoy the whole day with your family. Now motherfuckers is leaving out at 4 o'clock to go stand in line for a sale that start at 6 o'clock.
Let me tell you something. If y'all don't already have a flat screen TV, you don't deserve one. I'm so sick and tired of people buying these $100 flat screen TVs.
That's gonna be broke by my birthday in February. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Exactly.
No,
man.
but that's my big thing on it. But I've also said this too. I've always been the person that I try to not shit on a holiday for other people, because I wouldn't want people to shit on something that I'm really into.
Yeah.
I'm a sports guy. Some people don't understand why I like sports so much, and why, if it's a big game, I don't want to miss the big game, even if it's a team that I don't particularly root for, but it's just the game in the weekend. I know it's gonna be a bomb ass game. I don't want you to shit on what I like and what I do. So I try to not shit on what you do. So, you know, I respect that, and I respect those bounds. I've dated people who have been really into Christmas. I've dated people who've been not into Christmas.
So this is a question.
Oh, here we go.
Do you use it like,
oh, as far as not buying shit? I don't buy a motherfucking thing. I don't buy a motherfucking thing. But it's not.
Soon as what the fuck is they called? Watchtower, is that what they called?
Yeah.
She started talking about Christmas, just slide her a Watchtower.
Hey,
look at this, bitch. Read this. Read this, bitch.
No, you know.
I ain't buying you a motherfucking thing.
No, but it's, you know what it is? It's not because I'm trying to take advantage of it. It's the fact that I've still never done it.
Listen, take advantage, whatever you want to call it.
There's only a couple people. It's only been like maybe twice I can think, really one that I could think of, one time that I've bought someone a Christmas gift. Literally, and I'm 37 years old. I can't even remember at this point in time. Whoever I was dating a long time ago, you know who you is.
Ladies, just so you know, you ain't getting shit for Christmas.
Hey, no, but
what does that mean? How you gonna, like, if you were to start dating and really start a family with a chick who was heavy into it?
This has always been my approach with it, to be quite honest. I'm not going to stomp or shit on you and your traditions and things like that. I can't expect you.
But don't expect me to buy you shit.
No, I can't be this person who will want you to respect the fact that I'm not into the holiday, and so don't expect me to go crazy about every single part of it or whatever. So I can't expect you to respect that aspect of me, and then I look at you and be like, nah, don't put this tree up. Nah, don't put these lights up. No, I don't do that. Like, that would be so completely wrong. So again, whatever you do is what you do, and I understand that, and we'll proceed from there.
Okay.
I don't shit on anybody for anything like that. Nah. That's rude. That's literally rude.
That's what's up.
So we make it work.
Well, I was trying to make you celebrate Kwanzaa. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I might do that next
Coochie
year.
Jackalia, ain't that what that shit called?
Yeah. I think that's what it was. We used to have that song in elementary school, the Kwanzaa song and shit. Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, but it's all worked. Like I said, I've dated people before that they were really, really into Christmas, and it's like really. I mean, it's just like if you wasn't doing it with them also, then it was a problem. I've dated people who was into Christmas, but it's not like a big thing. They're more understanding. And I've dated people who are just like, yo, it's just another day of the year. Yeah. Technically, like, yeah, I'm gonna cook some food. We gonna go over to my family's house. Then we coming home and we good. So it is what it is.
It's just different. It's cool listening to it because I've always been so entrenched in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's you and it's crazy because I have friends down the street. You know them. I ain't gonna bring names.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But they were like my street was like half.
I grew up with them.
Yeah,
I grew up with them.
It was like half and half. It was weird, but I never even when you 13, you don't give a fuck. You just want the next Take a Genesis game. You know what I mean? You don't really care what anybody else. And, I don't know. That was kind of heartless because we would be heavy on getting our Christmas gifts, and they probably was at the house just watching TV.
I'm telling you, you get used to it when it's something you have not done. I mean, like literally, if you had never gotten head in your life, would you? I mean, at some point, would you be like, "Yo, man, it's just." I mean, I know you would want to get some to see what everybody's talking about. I want to make up for the Christmas.
Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
I'm just saying. I'm just bringing up an example.
That's real shit. Cause you know what? That's true.
You can't miss what you never had.
But I think head looks so appealing. If I'd ever stumbled across a head video, I'd have been like, I want that. I don't know.
I want that under my tree. I don't know how you could put it under my tree, but I want that under my tree.
Whatever
right now.
That is, I want that. I want that washing machine sound on me now, nigga.
No, I get, but you don't know what you never had though. So I don't know. I see a comment in the feed. What's up to April? She said holidays are tough for her fam. Half are Muslim, half witnesses, and then there's
Jesus Christ.
So I think y'all whole year is like really, really crazy. Then in your family, that is something completely different.
Damn, I didn't even think about it. So ain't no Christmas ham.
I was just about to say, so ain't no ham at the Christmas.
Ain't no real hog maw. I mean, pig feet or whatever.
Ain't no chitlins. Ain't no chitlins at Thanksgiving.
Ain't nothing in the black eyed peas that's gonna bring that taste out.
They bland right now. In the greens.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's something different.
But that's like that dude, that comedian from back in the day on Comic View. Remember Comic View? That nigga was like, baby can't have no Christmas. Well, it's Christmas time, you know what I'm saying? Because he was a Muslim. That's interesting. That's.
But you know what the thing is? At the end of the day, you can make it all. You can blend stuff, infuse anything you want to make it work. I mean, look, there are people who date that are like Muslim and something else, and they're married and stuff like that. You can make stuff work. It's just that people have to let go of their selfishness.
Yeah, you can get turkey ham. You can eat turkey ham.
I don't even know if that's real. But,
it is. I work at this place called Belfair. It's a Jewish JCB, Jewish Children's Bureau, some shit like that. But they, the food there, they can't have certain stuff on, shellfish. They don't want pork. So it was just ham. It was turkey, but it tastes like ham. It was called turkey ham. It was good.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie. You want?
Yeah, go ahead. So all right, we'll come on out of this one a little bit. We just since we had brought up the Christmas thing a little earlier, we just said we'll go ahead and touch on that topic again. Let us know what y'all got going on for Christmas. I mean, y'all can let us know in the feed. Y'all can let us know throughout the week. If y'all done with y'all shopping. I had to actually step into Walmart yesterday. I actually got in and out of there yesterday. I was happy as hell. But let us know what y'all got going on. If y'all, I mean, look. Obviously, I'm not cooking, so I can use a plate. So just don't forget about your boy on Tuesday.
You know what I'm saying? Man, you should have said it's tough around the holidays, organizing the family get-togethers. I can see that. I mean, they got to be real difficult.
I get it.
Let's get into some shit here.
Yeah, let's get into something.
All right, so I'll get into where all this stuff is coming from later. We might end up doing a series, and then we'll talk about it at the end while we bring these topics up. That might be something I do. But new relationships, man. It's this period in the beginning. You know what I mean? Ladies, fellas too. Ain't no ladies here.
Yeah, I guess this is for everybody.
It's for everybody. But it's called the honeymoon phase. that phase where I heard this, my brother talked about this a while back. You are meeting someone's representative. Mm-hmm. You're not meeting that person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? How long does that phase generally last to you? How long does your honeymoon phases last? It's that scenario where it's that kind of fakeness. You see, women.
Go ahead.
Women tend to. They get to a point where they disagree with you for the sake of disagreeing with you. You know what I mean? It's all the way up until that point where they, like, you say something, they be like, oh, that's cool. And one day, all that shit stops.
It's not cool anymore.
It ain't cool no more. And
it used to be funny and cute.
And it's about 3 months. It's about 3 months for me. What say you?
How long did it take you to get the pussy? I'm joking. No.
You know what? I've learned it don't even matter.
Yeah.
It used to matter.
I think 3 years is a good number if you want to be completely honest. Anywhere from 3 to 6 months, I think. Mm-hmm. You got to get a good, to me, like a good season out of your system. It's almost like if it's in the winter, at least in Cleveland, it might take a little bit longer because ain't nobody gonna start fucking up until the summer, until the spring and the summer. Mm-hmm. So it might take a little bit longer. But I think that 3 to 6 months is actually a good thing because we were talking about this before the show. I don't even think people do it, I don't think they do it on purpose. Mm-hmm. I think it's a natural human thing to sit there and put, your best foot forth all the time. Nobody comes out there. Look, don't nobody meet nobody and whatever one of your worst qualities is, you ain't gonna put that on the plate in front of nobody, in the early going. I mean, that's just human reaction. I mean, like, we know that we're smarter than that as a people. We want people to like us. If I got gas all the time, I'm not gonna sit there passing gas around you like on the first date or whatever. It's like we know that about each other. So I just think that's a human thing.
This is my question though. This is my question. When do you yourself take gas sex then? You understand what I'm saying? Like, is there any self-accountability for preventing? Can you prevent this avalanche that's gonna hit this person? You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I think the only way you prevent it is you honestly try your best, even if you know that it's a representative or something like that. I think you honestly try your best to just be that person that you really are. Like, and I think that comes with growth from relationships. In our younger days, we know we would hide a lot of shit. Me at my age now, I look at stuff like, I think I've learned from so many relationships that I can take the mistakes that I made in those relationships and be like, okay, I'm just going to, and one thing was probably the fact that I didn't show more of myself in the early going, something like that. So now I learn how to take those little pieces of things and just be like, all right, you got to see it going on. So I think that's a part of it. The more experience you get in life and relationships, you be like, you know what, I am going to put more of myself out there going forward. I think that kind of minimizes it a little bit. Just try the best you can. I mean, what can you do?
Because I don't think until you see that side of that person, I don't even think the relationship really starts.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? It don't really start to me until I can see the real you. I want the real reaction. You know what I mean? And sometimes the real reaction, I remember I was talking, when I lived in Atlanta, I was talking to this, the young lady I was talking about with the feet, that was the toes that was looking at each other.
I forgot all about that. I was trying to swallow. Pause. I was taking a sip of my beverage when you said that.
But she was, that's back when I still do, but I was heavy into producing. I was in Atlanta or whatever. You think you fucking Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, when you're down there, yeah.
So
who ain't a producer in Atlanta right now?
So she was, at that point, I was like 24, 25. She was like 33, 34.
Oh, okay.
And she was like she had like a baby fat purse. And like.
This was a minute ago.
Yeah, she was trying to be too
youngish.
And it was just weird, man. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is her honeymoon phase was her actual personality. And it was still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But at the same time, she was also in her mid-30s. So I think she was past the bullshit. You know what I mean? But it was just too much. It's like she was trying to buy into whatever I had going on way too much. Like, I'm really not a producer yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not on. You don't gotta like me in the car bankhead bouncing every time. You know what I mean? Like, trying to be cool, but whatever.
So obviously that didn't work though.
No,
obviously.
hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
Amongst other things, her 2 toes was looking at the other 3 toes.
Yeah, that would freak me the fuck out.
It was
I can't
horrible.
lie. It look. Yeah, I mean, if they just bent like that, that's something different.
Mm-hmm.
That's something different. I don't know. But no, it's just yeah. I know this is kind of a part of your screenplay that you have going on. Like this is I guess a chapter in it or whatever.
Well, what I have a poetry album called Just a Love Story, and I'm pretty much pulling the writing for the script for the movie that I'm shooting in the spring is. It's an interpretation of the entire of portions of the poetry album. So I'll be putting the poetry album out at the same time as whenever the movie is getting ready to come out. Mm-hmm. So after shooting, production, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it follows a relationship from the beginning. The concept is until you meet that one that you with for the rest of your life. Every person you interact with is just a love story. You know what I mean? So it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Eventually a breakup. So I try not to pull punches in the writing, meaning, give all of my writing to the songs where you in love. Give all of my writing, give all of my time and my writing into the poems when you kind of figuring shit out, and the breakups. Like, you know what I mean? Like the breakup and post-breakup poems to me are just as passionate as the ones when you fall in love, because that's how it is. You know what I mean? You don't ever go into a relationship thinking you're gonna break up. Yeah, but them breakups be rough than the motherfucker.
But you should. Yeah. I'm not saying you should go in there that you should break up, but you should have a healthy sense that this may not work. Yeah. You don't want to. I guess that sounds bad, but but I think that's when people kind of get in trouble, and that's why when they do break up, they kind of take some things so hard because sometimes you act like, oh wow, we wasn't supposed to not work. It's just because you have a healthy thought in your mind that I always say, look, it's 2 things that can happen in a relationship. It's either gonna work or it's not gonna work. I mean, it's that simple. It's that simple. So why ignore that whole? It's 50-50. So how are you ignoring a whole 50% of something that can't happen? Real shit. So it's like when you break up. It's like maybe you don't have to take it as hard because look, it was 50-50 in the first fucking place.
Yeah, that's real shit.
So why are you looking at it like it's the worst thing in the world?
Because that honeymoon phase confuses people. Mm-hmm. It makes them feel like shit sweet. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're right.
But it's great though. I love the beginning of relationships. Everything is beautiful in the beginning of a relationship. So I get it, but still, it's still the fact that a year from now, you may have not liked the way I slept that night or something like that. You just been putting up with it for 8-9 months.
Maybe her slobber stink. You know what I mean?
You never know. So it's just like it was 50-50 going there. So I just think that you got to have a healthy approach to that relationship. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
that's real shit.
I don't know.
That's real shit. You got to. It's the only way you get especially as a. And I don't want to be. I can only come from a male's point of view. Obviously, I've never been a female, so I don't know how they think in relationships. But we have to, as men, be honest about that kind of stuff, especially with the climate right now. Because for some reason, right now, I kind of went through this. Let's go into this. Let's go into this for a second.
Okay.
Because with this climate right now, this niggas ain't shit climate, it's a little too much for me to handle right now. I think there's a couple different kind of dudes in the world. There's kind of the weird dudes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You got your dudes that's go to work, respectable,
the normal,
the normal, and then you got these either money is the focus or the niggas that want money to be the focus. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And they end up being a little bit more outwardly and aggressive with females. And they're beginning to be the representation for males as a whole. And because you have, I read this one post from this female, and she was talking about, how niggas, basically niggas ain't shit. And get your shit together before you come. I'm like, why are women encountering so many dudes who don't have their shit together? I feel like it's the same crop of males. You know what I mean? It's the same type of males that are starting to represent men as a whole, because it has a lot to do with the social media shit. Because you got these Instagram model chicks who are pretty much the standard bearer. You know what I mean? When it comes to what these niggas is double tapping and liking online and these fantasies they have about these females.
True. Okay. Yeah, true.
You have a good number of people who are competing to either look like them or, you know, you go to an average club in a city like Cleveland. We ain't LA or New York or no shit like that. You got people trying to wear these.
In all fairness, it's a lot of, it's no places like LA and New York and Miami and stuff like that. Yeah.
But people still trying to wear them 24-inch weaves and, you know, just be you. You know what I mean? Somebody will love you for you. You know what I'm saying? But and you have those dudes who are attracted to that or tend to.
Well, society tells you that's the standard of beauty right now.
But then you start dealing with these dudes who don't have their head on straight, and they're beginning to represent men, and it's just. We talked about it at the game night thing we had. I know a lot of stand-up dudes. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of them. You know what I mean? But you know, you just tend to hear every now and then that men ain't shit. That was it.
Well, let's take one step back real quick just to address the comment from the feed from April saying that the rebound stage can prolong the honeymoon stage, you know, and you may not realize it.
Partially because you don't want to get hurt.
I think that's a good point too. I think that's a good point because I think during that rebound stage, you're kind of ignoring all the shit that hurt you in the past. Yes. Like you just acting like it just didn't even happen.
And you're ignoring the red flags that are screaming at you from the person that you're talking to.
That was probably the same red flags from the same relationship you just got out of. But you just sitting there like, no, you know what? You just going with what makes you feel good in that moment.
Because you don't want to be hurt. You don't want to be hurt right now. You know what I'm saying?
So I get that part. And then the second comment she said was because there are many who don't have their shit together. I guess when you was asking about...
See, I don't... I think there are a good number of people who don't have their shit together. I also think there are a heavy number of people who do have their shit together. It's just that
I honestly feel like we're just looking in the wrong places.
Yeah, dudes who had their shit together. This is gonna sound fucked up, so she's probably right. Dudes who had their shit together are hard to find. I don't mean like
here we go. I'm trying to make the argument, but in the process of making my argument, I'm gonna fuck up my argument. But then I'm gonna come back to my argument.
Because when I'm right, when I'm wrong, I'm right. Because I'm probably right, and I'm probably wrong.
And it's all gonna make sense in the end. You know what I'm saying?
But no, and when I mean they hard to find, what I was getting at earlier with the stuff I was talking about with the dudes that are representing men, they're available. They're out there. You know what I mean? Like they don't give a fuck. They don't have a filter. They will approach you. They'll inbox you. They'll DM you. You know what I mean? We are here, but not we, because I'm but good dudes are they're shopping. They're, you know what I mean? They're, you know, in line buying groceries. Like they're here. They're just not. We live in this hyper aggressive society. I scroll on Instagram. It's ass, twerk, song, aggressive. Everything is aggressive, and the good niggas is probably we're chilling.
You know what's so funny about that is that about a week and a half ago, I listened to the episode that the first time you was on with us. The what was the name of the episode? The vasectomy is lit. So people go back and listen to that one. Vasectomy is lit. We was really hype on that one. But we talked about on that show, he was kind of making a point along those lines where we talked about, you know, how much happens in the early part of a relationship and stuff like that. And you was just like, yo, nigga, I'm going to a car lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yo, like I can be here. Basically, it ain't the same thing you said, but like, yo, I can be here. Let's just say I could be here at the Nissan lot, but my nigga, a Tesla lot is right up the street. So you better show me all your features. You better show me all that stuff. That just kind of reminded me of that argument you was making on that show at that time. I don't know. But James, Playboy is in the feed. Playboy, homie, man. I hope all is well, man. All we said is that it was some stuff going on. But man, what's up, Playboy?
Yeah, what's going on, man? We hold it, P.O.P. hold it down.
We're trying to hold it down for you, man. We're trying to hold it down for you,
man. You know what I'm
saying?
We're gonna hold it down for you this week, man. But no, all I'm saying is, I think there are you can sit in a room once you get into like the game night thing we did, or I don't know, like the Ohio State game we came back here, or I think once you get into a group, it's about patience, ladies. Let me have a conversation with y'all.
Let's talk.
It's about patience, okay? You're gonna have to wait this out. It's a lot of aggressive, handsome niggas out here, okay? And then y'all fall for these niggas. Y'all fall into these traps, these aggressive, handsome niggas. Mm-hmm. There are reserved, handsome niggas that probably only gonna pop out once or twice a month. And them aggressive niggas gonna pop out 16 times a month. So you constantly seeing these aggressive niggas that ain't shit. I'm not saying that the good niggas don't exist. We're just not around as much.
Yeah. So
you might just have to just hold on for a little bit, be a little bit patient. But it's almost like, let me give you the real breakdown of this shit.
Okay.
We went to Shaw.
We did.
There could be a day, I remember it was a day, it was like, 12, 13 fights at Shaw?
It could be.
It was a lot of fights
on a bad day.
I don't know if it was it might have been April in there. I don't know if it was our senior year, junior year. I can't remember what year it was. It was a lot of fights one day.
I do remember one year, it was like a stretch of a week where shit was popping off. It was so bad. I was just like, once it started, I would just leave and go home. Like, fuck it, ain't nothing getting done at school today. But go ahead.
But it was 1,200 people in that school. You know what I'm saying? It was 1,200 individuals in that school. Mm-hmm. It might have been 13, 14 people fighting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but it felt like,
yeah. So when the news cameras show up and niggas go home and tell stories, it seemed like every nigga at Shaw was in a courtyard fight.
Yeah.
It's only like 12 or 13 niggas.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
It's really not. It's really not that many ain't shit niggas out here. It's just that the niggas that got some sense is in class. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You see the loud, boisterous nigga, like they always say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Like the loud nigga is the one that you see and remember, and you know what I'm saying? So just be patient, lady. So April, I did not make your point for you. Okay.
You circled all the way back.
I circled all the way back.
You came all the way back.
Because I made her point for her at one point.
You came all the way back.
But no, I'm just saying, man. And the same thing for fellas. It's the same thing for us. Because we can get lost in this, because this is the problem. This is the problem, ladies. I'm going to be honest with you. You can have women who aren't necessarily of that, like, Instagram booty girl ilk, who, like, when they do go to the club and kick it, they'll take booty girl-ish pictures.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for us, that immediately throws y'all into like here we go.
You lump them all in.
Here we go.
Because you generalize. You paint everybody with
it's fucked up.
You paint everybody with a broad brush.
Yeah, so it's the same thing for females with males. There's a lot of good women out there. It's just that the way things are right now, we've never been bombarded with this many images of us, of, visual images, videos, pictures. Mm-hmm. We're bombarded with shit nowadays in today's society. So you can start believing some shit is the way it is. You know what I mean?
Just because that's what they promote
what
to
you see. Yeah.
So. No, I get that. So it's up to us to kind of, just swim through these waters, I think, in a lot of ways, to find the right ones. But it's tough though. Yeah. It's tough.
She said it's junior year, week before Christmas break. It was out of control. I'll never forget that. Somebody got cut. It was crazy.
I remember somebody getting cut. Yeah,
it was crazy.
I legitimately
the
remember
principal
that.
was trying to break it up, and it was out of control, man. It was out of control. I'll never forget that shit. But yeah.
Should we address this one question in the feed up there?
What it say?
Sometimes is it more dudes that ain't shit, or more that they're making bad decisions about the dudes they choose to deal with?
Yeah. See, I mean.
Shout out to the homie Justin.
Yeah, shout out to Justin. Women don't like to admit it sometimes. We're going to get drilled this week saying this shit. Women don't like to admit it sometimes. They do the same shit we do, where, you know, we talked about a little bit. What was that? A couple weeks ago when Sheikah was here, she was talking about, you know, the chick with you know, look a certain way, and we like, you know, we was fucking.
And even people in our feed was like, well, like the ones we talking about are still the ones whose pictures we like all the time and stuff like that.
Y'all do the same thing with niggas. Y'all do the same shit with niggas. If his V look right down by his little jump,
bruh.
If his beard is picked properly,
let the game drop or whoever it is jump on Instagram and something like that. Twitter goes fucking.
Let
insane.
a nigga who ain't all the way straight, like even the dude Coke Kills, the nigga from Cleveland, the like he call it he Instagram dude. He a gay dude from Cleveland, but he funny as hell. Okay, but he'll drop a picture for and ladies that be like, there go daddy. He don't even like women. He don't even like women, man. He a funny ass dude. He funny as shit. He a cool ass dude. He funny as hell. He gay dude from Cleveland. He like the, you know, he go live, be like 800 people on his live. Okay. But what I'm saying is he'll drop a picture.
Was this the dude that put?
Yeah,
okay.
He be putting the DJs. He funny as hell.
Okay, all
but
right.
Like he don't even like y'all, and they'll double. You know what I mean? They'll be going crazy over it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the problem is y'all be ended up trying to make y'all boyfriend the male equivalent of a 24-inch weave, snatched waist ass nigga. Our equivalent is like they was joking in the what you call the other day. Fresh polo jump sweatsuit, some brand new tennis shoes, a beard, picked out perfectly, fresh little cut.
I missed all those messages by mistake.
No, you missed all of them?
I forgot. Because you know what happens is they be going and going and going. I'm like, you know what? I was trying to go to sleep.
They tried to play us. They said all of East Cleveland was at the Polo outlet because it was a 50% off sale.
Whoa, that's what they said. So that's what they said. That's what we doing now. That's what we doing.
You know,
now?
Niggas in East Cleveland wear polo sweatsuits and Tim's.
But that's what they doing now. That's what they saying about us right now.
Okay. And I fucked up. I agree with them. They said this one like Black and Mild. I said it was all East Cleveland was at a Royal Farm. Oh man, that's funny as shit. But yeah, the problem is women be ending up fucking with the ain't shit niggas, and they be trying to blame all us because you picked some nigga got three baby mamas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me see what Playboy said real quick. Playboy said people have been hurt so much that now they looking for a person with no flaws. Like you got to be perfect. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look, people got to keep in mind it ain't no perfect shit out there. Mm-hmm. It's like we was talking about with our representative thing and stuff going forward. That's why you put that representative thing out there because you got your flaws. Everybody gonna hide them flaws in the beginning. The thing is, what you have to do is you have to find a way to sit there and say, you know what, these are the flaws about myself. Mm-hmm. You would be better for it as a person to sit there and say, okay, this is what I know I do wrong. This is something that I know someone has been mad at me about before in a relationship. I'm just telling you now. Mm-hmm. So that either one, you can choose to not deal with it, or two, if you're gonna stay, you can't say I ain't tell you.
That's real shit. You know That's real shit. That's real. That's as real as you can get.
Yeah. Like I'll tell you in a heartbeat, I got an attitude. I'm moody. Y'all niggas to tell me that shit. Y'all be like, yo, I saw that nigga brain. Remember Alumni Week? He's like, yo, I saw Brainstorm that attitude for the first time today or whatever.
But it'd be like that. It'd be like that.
I try to tell you from the jump. A, B, and C. These are like some of the main things about me.
And you want to know the truth? This for me.
Put it on the table.
It got to a point, ladies. We know it's the honeymoon, so you might as well just tell us. Because we kind of wait. And same thing with us. Ladies, fellas, they already know we in the honeymoon stage. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They already know that, you know what I mean? Like, just if you turn your phone down, nigga, like turn your phone on his face, nigga, just do it from the dump. Just do it from the jump.
Yeah.
Don't try to hide it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Just do you. Be you. Because they already know. You get to a certain age where I think you already know. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It ain't really a secret no more. You know what I mean?
Especially our age now. Like it ain't so many. It ain't that many games we can play anymore. No more going into a relationship nowadays. Like you said, something with turning the phone the wrong way, or if I'm going to take a shower, I'm gonna take the phone with me the whole time. Yeah. And there's only so much you can do now. Like they've seen it all, we've all seen it all, or whatever. I mean,
like I know you got a kid. Why you don't never talk to your baby daddy ever? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I know you probably still love him a little bit. We know it's a part of your little heart that belong to him. We not stupid, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, just be honest. Keep it 100 with us from the jump. That's all we ask for.
Of course. You got one more in there you want to pull out, or be a...
What she said, especially when you DJing.
Yo, okay. Yo.
Listen, right now is barbers, DJs, and personal trainers in the city of Cleveland. Them are the number one.
Don't say that.
Male slur.
Don't say that.
Barbers is number one on the list.
I'm barbers is number one on the list.
It might go barbers, personal trainers, DJs, but y'all definitely in the like.
I mean, I wouldn't know personally, but I've heard. I've heard.
I've heard the ladies love DJs. I don't really know.
A couple stories out there that I've heard.
Oh, it's some crazy shit.
There's some stuff I heard. I don't know.
No, we'll get to some other shit. I'll touch on some of the stuff we'll probably get into. We can touch on a little bit, but like same game is a. So before I explain it, these poems are we got to play them maybe next week before we talk about one.
Okay.
We'll play it because it's not what you think. I took regular songs, like regular hooks, but the song sounds normal, but the verses are poems. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just like some poem and somebody snapping and he like the world is. No, it ain't none of that shit. It's so it's I don't know. It's different. It's just different. Man.
Okay.
So, but the same game shit. Like we was just kind of talking about it. Like it's just a new person, same shit, different day. You know what I mean? When you wake up and you realize, man, this is just a different version of the bullshit I just get up dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll get into some of that shit.
Okay. All right. Well,
what we got over there, man?
Well, this is something we kind of.
I got one I'm gonna get into after this. I'll bring it up.
Well, is it related to what we're talking about now?
No.
A little bit. Okay, so I'll ask you this one, and also for our parents in the feed. I am not sure if we've touched on this as much before, but it was something I came across this week, and I kind of said I would bring it up to y'all. So, as parents, what's the line as a parent between providing or giving your kids stuff, especially like even this time of year, it's Christmas, toys, things like that, whatever. What's the line between providing your kids with all these things that you want to give them because you've worked your ass off, things like that, as opposed to having them learn from the experiences we had growing up, especially in the hood?
Real shit. I think it starts with us as parents. It starts with us being honest and dealing with the shit we went through. I think once you're honest with yourself, like honestly, once you're completely honest, especially if some shit happened that hurt you, if you had less than and shit fucked with you, you don't ever want your kids to go through it. You know what I'm saying? Even though you made it, even though you made it through, even though you came out the other end and whatever, all that shit, you still don't ever want your kids to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So what I try to do is reinforce the positive behaviors that they exhibit and let them understand that these things are happening because this is what's supposed to happen. When you do right, the world is supposed to reward you in some sort of way. You know what I mean? Tempering the expectations. You can't have candy for dinner. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But if you conduct yourself a certain way, you should get certain privileges. You should get certain things back. And when it doesn't happen, like if the world falls short, then be there to explain to them why. What I'm saying is, sometimes people will make you want to believe that even if niggas go to class and get their degree and pass the class and get their grade, somehow niggas won't get a degree. Or if niggas go to the interview, they qualify, somehow they won't get the job. That's just not my experience in life. I had, we grew up in East Cleveland. We had our set of hurdles and shit like that.
Of course.
But what I've learned is if you properly prepare your motherfucking self, for the most part, you'll be all right. For the most part. Now, you won't get everything and all that kind of shit, but for the most part, you do what the fuck you're supposed to do, you'll get what you're supposed to get back in return. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want my kids to ever experience the shit I went through.
Like, none of it.
Some of the lessons.
Because that's my thing. It's like, we grew out of that. Now, of course, we don't want a parent's job is for you to provide and for you to be better than what they were and for you to have more. But we did learn from some stuff. I mean, we learned how to survive and how to make do and how to make more out of less, things like that. Which I think things like that are important to a child's growth these days because because what happens is you get to a certain point in life. I think a lot of kids these days get grown, and what happens is they've never experienced any hardship. So the first time they experience some kind of hardship, it's like, you know what? They don't even know how to comprehend and deal with it.
See, you're right. It goes. We was talking about the Browns and shit like that earlier. So I'm sorry, ladies, I'm about to make this analogy, but the issues are gonna come regardless. So I don't necessarily. I would rather not have Baker Mayfield get our head coach fired 8 games in to create the drama. You know what I mean? I would prefer that he have a 3 interception game in the 3rd game of the season to create his drama. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the coaches bickering and fighting in the building and niggas getting fired and people trying to snipe. But that I would prefer for them to live normally and then have the hurdles come, you know what I mean? The natural hurdles that come with being a rookie quarterback, would come with being a young lady in this society, and then learn. But I got to be Johnny on the spot to be like, all right, this is a lesson. Let me try to let you know what this, you know, let this be a teaching moment. As opposed to, I don't really want you to have to deal with like, the whole front office get fired, and now you got to persevere through. I don't want you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to have to deal with your parents on drugs. You ain't got to go through all that now. You know what I'm saying?
Having to sit on the floor at night because somebody was shooting. You know, just the craziest shit people can go.
I had a Christmas where we had to decorate a plant because of some shit that was going on. We ain't had no tree. We had to decorate a plant, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It was. I don't ever want my daughter to have to decorate a plant for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Some shit I just don't ever. But I feel you. But I still want them to appreciate the lessons. You know what I mean? And because you're right. When people, especially kids nowadays, when they experience some level of pushback, it's a little too late in life. You know what I mean? Right. And they already kind of seasoned, or you know, they already kind of used to get whatever they want. And I don't ever want that to be the case. But I also just, I don't want them to have to go through. And I know, because initially I had that feeling too with my 12-year-old. Like, I want her to, you know when you it's gonna happen for you. You know when it happened for me. You know when it really clicked for me. My brother used to talk about it because my brother is, you know, very successful in the education world or whatever. His kids have grown up in the suburbs. You know, it's weird how one generation can change everything. We all 3 of us graduated from Shaw, and now we got kids that grew up in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all growing up around the white people.
Yeah. One generation.
I get it.
You know what I mean? But it really hit me with my 12-year-old when she had to be 7 or 8. I decided to take her to some of my old houses in East Cleveland, like drive her around.
Jesus.
Nigga, the look on her face was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like,
and I'm like, okay.
You probably thought y'all was damn near homeless.
Yeah. And I'm like,
especially the way the houses look now.
And she looking at the neighborhood, and she like, what is, to the point that like she was going to camp this summer at Great Lakes Science Center. Okay. And so that's before I was, you know, obviously I had my old job downtown. So I was dropping her off at Great Lakes Science Center and going to work. But where I live, I had to come down Noble. People don't know in Cleveland, you go through the hood and go down Coit and all that kind of shit to get to the freeway. Every day, she like, we got to drive through the scary part to get to the freeway. I'm like, man, it just ain't gonna ever be in it.
So in the car was scary for her.
The car was, it's this
the streets you've walked,
nigga, the streets
countless times was scary for her in the car.
The streets I hooped on,
right?
It was scary for her in the car. It's this old daycare. It is spooky. When I really thought about it, I'm like, this is spooky as fuck. It's this old daycare on Woodworth and Coit in Cleveland. It's decapitated, dilapidated, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's the word, dilapidated.
It's like, you know, ivy's grown over it. Some of the sign is ugly.
It's still open?
No, it's not.
Right.
But
you can building look shitty now.
But you can still see the phone number on there.
Okay.
So I'm like, she was like, what if we called and somebody answered? I'm like, I'm gonna call. And I was in the middle of calling, and she was in the back seat, like, no, like I thought it was gonna be a jokey no.
And she was scared.
It was like
a dead ass scared no.
But it was like the number was disconnected or whatever. So she was happy as hell. But I'm like, damn, I don't ever want her to
have to experience that.
No,
I mean, I get it. I get it, but there's no way you are who you are or the man you are right now, or I'm man, who I am. If I didn't grow up on those and walk those East Cleveland streets and go through that shit or whatever. So that's what I'm saying. That's the tough part. Do you do the Diddy thing? Do you make them walk through the walk and get some cheesecake?
You can,
you know what I mean. Like how do you set something up that's tough for them to make them experience some different things?
I'm glad you asked because you're gonna be dope. And
April said she be scared in the car too right now.
I think you're gonna be dope at this when you had kids too, man, because you got the desire to do this. I think we all do. Once we get to a point, once we eventually had kids or whatever, they're gonna have us. Like your kids gonna have you. Like my girls have me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll never let them be ditzy little girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's basically you gonna have the game on
they got
a shit.
Yeah, they got a sophisticated hood daddy. You know what I mean? And a lot of their friends probably, nowadays in like the South Euclids of the world, it's a lot of it was a lot of sophisticato motherfuckers. I was the T-ball coach this summer.
Okay.
It was a lot of sophisticato parents on that team. You know what I mean? They come up in Audis and whatever, brand new cars, but you can tell that, you know what I'm saying, they know how to freak a black and mild. You know what I'm saying?
They basically, they fingers still a little. They fingers and they lips still a little dark. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell. You know what I'm saying? So the good thing is they got me. Like your kids gonna have you.
Yeah.
They gonna have you there to like. You know what I'm saying? You give them a little test. Like I'll give my daughter a little test. You know what I mean? Here and there, but I'm gonna preserve the goodness in them as long as I possibly can.
No, I get it.
Fuck that shit. That ain't Cleveland shit for the birds. Love it though. Love that place and hate it at the same time.
Yeah, I get that part. I don't know. Yeah. So you got one more before we get out of here today?
I got a question. All right. So we got into the what you call it last week. We got into the R&B debate last week, but there's been another one going on. You've been looking at it this week?
I don't know.
So
you got to hit me to it. So
the Migos got the audacity to be trying to take a shot at Bone Thugs and Harmony. And them niggas so I guess again they kind of got into it a little bit. I think it was earlier this year or late last year.
I remember when they got into it last year.
Migos said they was the
best group of all time. Yeah,
they did it again, and Lazy Bone spoke up about it, and then Offset, who this nigga just can't. Offset, go sit down somewhere. Go sit the fuck down somewhere. But this nigga stay in the news. But he put up. So they was talking about having a rap battle, and he took a shot at Bone. He said, "Well, let's have a bag. Let's have a battle for the bag." Mm-hmm. But so it's been a thing going on all week between Bone, different members of Bone, and Migos, and this lack of respect. So there's a couple things I want to get into. But one, Busy Bone had to go online and break it down to him. Like, y'all niggas are in the midst of a record deal. Y'all haven't even fulfilled your record contract.
Yeah, your obligation yet.
He said, nigga, we own our masters. When we go on tour, we get all the bread from every show we do. We don't got to ration out shit. I think niggas different I don't think this... see, people say lack of respect. They just think it's like you want to fight or some shit. Mm-hmm. Lack of respect means having a complete and total understanding of what the fuck somebody has had to endure to get where they are.
True.
Bone Thugs and Harmony owns the rights to their... Bone owns the rights to masters of albums. They have sold 50 million albums worldwide. They're one of only 3 artists ever to have a single go diamond. That's 10 million sold. They own the masters to that. Mm-hmm. They own the rights to all that shit. So when them dumb niggas, they get to talking about let's have a bag, let's have a bag contest. You can't really have a bag contest with niggas who own the masters to Crossroads. You understand? They wanted to kill Michael Jackson because he was trying to own the Beatles masters.
Right.
I don't think niggas really get what that shit means. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a lot of money associated with it.
Yeah, like
it's a very, very high amount of money associated with that.
Like you got jewelry, you know, but you're not respecting the grind is not just like Bone style. They came out with this style and y'all sound like them. Mm-hmm. No, you got to respect what the fuck niggas have done to get to this point in the game and what they have. And you need to listen so that you can get it.
True that.
So that 15 years from now, somebody else don't own Walking Like I Talk It Masters when niggas is playing it on commercials. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because it's coming.
It's coming. You know what I mean? So it's this real weird respect thing going on right now with musicians. And we talked about it a couple months ago. It don't really happen with country singers and alternative singers, but it does happen with rappers for whatever reason. And now R&B people. Where like, and we also got this thing where it's like, you know, let the young niggas shine. If we still in music, if I'm still a group, if we're Bone Thugs and Harmony or Wu-Tang or whoever, we on the same playing field. Nigga, that's like telling LeBron to just let the Pelicans beat them because the young niggas need to win some rings. The fuck is y'all talking about? As long as I still got a microphone and I know how to put words to a beat, we on the same playing field, nigga.
I agree with. I think the problem today or nowadays comes in is what we're calling, I guess, respect. Because again, yeah, like you just said, and like we say, you know, we hear a lot, is that us older cats need to stop hating on these younger cats. You know, allow these cats to do what they do and all these things, which is true. Because we can always look back at our music and know that, yeah, our older people hated on us and stuff like that. So it's a level of respect or a level of truthfulness that comes in with that. But a lot of these younger cats, you know, they don't have that shit because they don't have that appreciation for a lot of stuff. We talked about it before the show. The video that came out this week of Jacquees with the Keith Sweat shit.
Keith Sweat had the who the fuck is this nigga look on his face.
Keith Sweat had the I'm about to cut this little motherfucker. Like, yo, like see, back in the day, our R&B cats, sung about a bunch of love shit or whatever. But a lot of these cats was still, straight from the hood. Today, I just say that these R&B cats is just rappers trying to sing. Yeah. Whatever. But Keith, the look on that nigga Keith Sweat's face when he's like, I'm the king now, or whatever. Keith was just looking like, yo, did you hear somebody but yo, cut that camera off?
Exactly, because that's the problem.
And I thought when they said cut that camera off, I thought that nigga, I thought some shit was about to happen. When I heard, yo, cut that camera off, that nigga's face was priceless. That needs to be a meme. Yeah. It was, I thought some shit was about to go down right there. But
no, that's the thing that kind of perplexes me about this whole conversation. I get it to let the young niggas shine and all that kind of. I get that to a certain extent, because they were at a show where Keith Sweat was performing. Until Keith Sweat is done, you know how you get Keith Sweat. You surpass Keith Sweat, you be better than Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat ain't gonna never move out the way so you can be the king of nothing. LeBron the king until you don't average 27, 7, and 7 no more.
Or until you come back from 3-1 down in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, he gonna be the king until somebody knock him off.
You know, I mean, it's
that's all I'm saying.
It goes back to what we were doing last week with our music and stuff. Until you make these songs that stand that test of time, I don't. You can't. I don't give a fuck about the king for your generation and like that. You're nothing right now. Until I play a song right now that came out in 19 like that. What? So I can play something from the early 90s. That's just since we're talking about Keith Sweat. Can I play Right and Wrong Way? You know what I'm saying? Can I play Merry Go Round? Oh, say whatever. Can I play these cuts? And everybody like, yo, that's my shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It is 2018.
Exactly.
That is 20. That is what 25, 26 years ago, right?
Real
right.
Shit.
So until I can play Walk It Like I Talk It, 20 years from now, I don't want to hear shit from you. Yes. That's what I've always said about the new music these days. I don't really call it hating. It's just the fact that I don't see the quality in it. I remember when Soulja Boy was huge and he had the Superman song and all that shit. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, all right, this is hot, but there's never going to be a time 10 years from now that we're going to be sitting there like, yo,
you
nigga, when's the last time you said that shit? Until just now.
2009, nigga.
My nigga. So made my point.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's like where I'm completely and like utterly flabbergasted, just taken aback. I am just so flabbergasted. Like, what got me fucked up about this is it's like me somehow making an argument, Baker Mayfield the king of the quarterbacks of his generation. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Who gives a fuck? These two teams are playing for the playoffs we watching right now. That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
This whole conversation that Migos is the best group of 20, who gives, until you're in the conversation with Run DMC, Wu-Tang Clan, Outkast, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Who gives a fuck if you're the best group of 2018? The Ucha Bucha boys next year come out and fuck y'all niggas up. Who cares? Like this shit. The whole concept doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, though.
It's about 15, 20 R&B artists waiting to bubble right now. That's probably they could bust. If Ro James came out with his Crown Jewel album the first quarter of 2019, we'll forget who Jacquees was. It's a bunch of niggas right now on the cusp of destroying like bubbling in R&B.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, this whole concept is just, I don't know, it's blowing me right now.
Yeah.
And the Migos taking this shit too far.
But the one thing he has done that I think Playboy had pointed out when we was talking about it throughout the week with Jacquees, just to mention him real quick, the one thing he has done, y'all saw that comment, is that he's got his name in the news.
Oh yeah.
How many people have went and researched him this week?
Yeah, that's real shit.
How many people have been on Twitter and searched his name? You know, and he's been trending. Well, 2 weeks now, I guess. How many times have people streamed his songs?
That's real shit.
His songs or whatever, whatever this week. He's been very good at keeping his name in the news over these last couple weeks or so. But that's what it's all about. It's about the here and now. These kids ain't. I don't care what nobody say. Ain't none of these younger cats worried about longevity anymore. They might say it because it sounds nice to say, or that's what you're supposed to say. I don't think none of these cats worry about it. They want the quote unquote bag. You give me that bag right now, I'm good to go. That ain't going nowhere.
I wish we could have had the end of the end of the year. We'll have it next week.
Yeah, we'll do it next
because I hope we need to leave getting the bag in 2018. Anyway,
I got a couple other ones too. I got a couple other ones. So yeah, I
feel you. No, I know what you're saying.
That one's just was just under my skin.
But yeah, man. So that's my whole thing, man. I just so in particular with Bone and Migos,
and they're not I'm not gonna say they're not a better group. I'm not gonna get into who's better because at the end of the day, it comes down to preference and taste and all that stuff. Like all the younger people right now be with Migos, and we from Cleveland. We already gonna be biased. We gonna be with Bone or whatever. This and that. But until you can show me what you've accomplished and let this shit stack up, until you are still 20 to 30 years past when you was putting your shit out, and you're still on tour and people still want to fuck with you and see
these
you.
These niggas about to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We talking a different. You know, I know I got a bias. I'm a Bone fan, but the reason
you're a Bone fanatic.
I'm not an MC Brains fan. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Bone fan because them niggas changed.
They changed it.
Hip hop music forever. Like, niggas, I know 3 6 Mafia was out around the same time, and Do or Die. Nobody had hits, Billboard chart topping hits with that style until Bone Thugs and Harmony came out. You know what I mean? And it is not like it wasn't a flash in a pan for him, but whatever the case may be, man. It's no way in hell, given the criteria, when you really talk about the word respect and what it means, it's no way they could possibly respect Bone Thugs and Harmony the way they should and say that shit.
No, I completely agree with you. So
ain't even possible, man.
I don't know. So on that
fucking bums.
Oh,
fuck Jacquees and Migos.
Jacquees, did you saw the Candy Rain remake this week? I tagged you.
Oh my man!
So I was that old or did that really just drop this week? The Candy Rain remake.
I want to fight, man. Listen, every day this going on, I hate him more. That made me hate Jacquees on a whole nother level.
Yo, I hate it.
He had niggas with mini froze in the background and everything. I
hated seeing that. And shout out to our one of our regular listeners, Jerry. I know when I posted it on Facebook. Well, actually, I retweeted. I reposted one of the dude Kev on stage, the comedian, and he was talking about the Jacquees thing and him, redoing a video or whatever. And I think one of the comments that she made on this that like quietly or secretly or whatever, he's kind of had one of the best years in R&B or whatever.
Can I just say this real quick, man? Yeah. I just can't let him get away with this. When has Blink 182 ever been like, the Rolling Stones need to just move? What the fuck are you talking about?
Or I'm about to go get this Red Hot Chili Peppers song and I'm gonna go ahead and remake this joint right now and make it hotter.
You know, if you Blink 182, just be dope and put your name in the annals with fucking Rolling Stones and you know what I mean, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like this concept, and it got a lot to do with the black community and our mindset. But like niggas ain't got to give you a motherfucking thing.
Speak on it.
Niggas ain't gotta move. If Keith Sweat, I can right now. I know. All right, real quick. I'm gonna try to break this down in 2 minutes. I really could give a fuck what a 21-year-old person got to say right now. I don't think they really understand how little amount of excess money, how little amount of a dent in the market they really make. You know who really drives the market? 35 to 55-year-old human beings, 35 to 45-year-olds, really. People, 45 to 55, probably more high-end one-time buys, but the bulk of purchases are made from people 35, 45 years old. 35 to 44 is really the age range. But if Keith Sweat wanted to do a concert right now, Keith Sweat would destroy Jacquees on some.
I would say let's say
murder Jacquees.
Let's say a tour.
He would murder Jacquees.
That's it. It's almost like when we had Jay Sean on. Shout out to our past guest Jay Sean, who he's wrote hits for people. Go back and listen to that episode. If you like "Same Girl" by Usher, that's his song. But he's wrote for Anthony Hamilton, some Music Soul Child, all these different types of people. And he said, we asked him kind of a question along those lines, and he was just like, yo. Like we were talking, I think we were talking like about Joe or something like that, where it's like, yo, no matter what, Joe got hits. Yeah. No matter what, Joe can sit there and still go do a show.
Yes.
And Joe gonna sell it out this neck because Joe still got hits.
Exactly.
And he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good.
People had this misconception. People had this real weird misconception that the Migos said they was gonna be at the Q, that the Q would be sold out. Fucking Beyonce had to cancel tour dates. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted. The Migos is not about to sell out the Q. It ain't enough 18-year-old niggas selling enough hamburgers at McDonald's to sell out the Q.
Why they all gotta be flipping hamburgers?
Ain't enough niggas asking to shovel your driveway to pay for them tickets to go to see the Migos. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, let's be honest. The Migos putting in work. I mean, they're a dope group. I like the way they sound. There's no shade against them. But you in the Lions Den, brother. You got to out rap Crazy Bone, and good luck. You got to out rap Method Man. Good luck. You got to out rap Andre 3000. Good luck, nigga. That's what you in. You in the Lions Den.
They can't.
Andre 3 Stacks ain't got to do shit. He ain't got to move a muscle. Because if he do move a muscle, the nigga gonna sell 100,000 copies in a day.
I tell you what, I see a song that Andre's on.
Nigga is getting streamed immediately.
Yeah. I could wake up tomorrow morning and see that Andre dropped something or he was on somebody's track. It's the first thing I'm doing.
I smack myself for sleeping too long and I listen to the shit when it first drops.
It's the first thing I'm doing.
Exactly.
I wake up tomorrow and see Migos drop something. Okay.
Yeah, I get to it when I get to
noon,
it.
12.
Because I know by track 3 it's going to all sound. No disrespect. Yeah. It's going to kind of sound.
They got an audience. They got an audience. They know what they got.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So whatever, man. Them niggas ain't got to move for you. Little nigga. Anyway.
All right. We're going to go ahead and get out of here this week. So before we do this, again, we're going to kind of do a wrap-up show next Sunday. Just on some different things. So if y'all got some stuff that y'all know that y'all are tired of from 2018 or stuff that y'all want to see more positive or happen better in 2019 or whatever happened to y'all on the show, y'all can even be anonymous or anything like that or whatever. It's something that y'all want to share. Don't be afraid to let us know in our SoundCloud comments. Don't be afraid to email us DMST16@yahoo.com and we'll share it on the show. We'll share our opinions. We'll talk about it. But we want to do a honest to goodness, like really wrap up show. We've never done that on our DMST podcast.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah, so we want to kind of get into that a lot next week. So that'll be our show next Sunday. So y'all make sure y'all be tuned in. We want to shout out and holler at Playboy once again.
Yes.
He's not here. The presence is missed.
Yes, black and white, no shades of gray.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, my nigga wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I ain't gonna get into it too much, but I'm gonna speak on it.
Let me just say one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's our homie though, man. So he been missed today, man. So he'll be back next Sunday for the year-end show. It's gonna be dope that episode 130 is gonna be our year-end show for 2018. That's a nice round number.
Yep.
Yo, we've been out here putting in this work, man, and I know we'll get into it a lot next week. But Dev, I'm just gonna say it again. Thank you for coming on to the show and being everything that you've been with the show going forward, man. So, man,
thank y'all for letting me come through this, man. I love it, man.
Yeah. So next week is episode 130. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. That'll be December 30th. So y'all ain't gonna be doing shit.
Oh, 130 on December 30th. This shit makes sense.
Y'all ain't gonna be doing shit. So go ahead and tune in. Make sure y'all get y'all a special bottle of wine or something to tune tune in to the episode with us, or a nice little bottle or something that y'all want to sip on, and y'all tune in and rock out with us next Sunday. So once again, shout out Playboy. We'll holler at you next Sunday, man. Dev, let them know how they can find you.
Man, it is the real Big Dev 216, man. Like I always said, man, I'm trying to spread love in a world full of hate, man. So hopefully, you know, y'all really know that I love y'all, man. Like Playboy, man, we miss you today, man.
Yeah,
you know
it ain't the same. It ain't the same. Only your second show missed. It ain't the same.
You know what I'm saying? So hope y'all love me back, man. Like I always say, if you don't, it's cool. My mama do, man. It's the real Big Dev 216 everywhere.
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 I got to pick it up for her. Yeah, so once again, we'll catch y'all next Sunday. Follow the show on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, the TuneIn Radio app, and the Stitcher app. That's where you find our podcast, DMST Podcast. Follow us on all social media, DMST Boys, and that is DMST BOYZ. And obviously that includes our YouTube, where we're live at and where you're watching us at right now, but that's Twitter and Instagram also. Once again, we'll be back next Sunday evening. Next Sunday is the last Browns game, so after next Sunday, I guess we'll be able to start setting a better time. Yeah, that we'll know that we'll be live every single week, so that'll help out when y'all know that y'all can tune in. I see Playboy still watching. He said, "My brothers." Yeah, man. What's up, B? So the three of us will be back together next Sunday, man. Remember, email us anytime y'all want to, dmst16@yahoo.com. And once again, reach out to us, interact with us for our end of year show. Anything y'all want to share, or if y'all appreciate us and what we bring to the podcast world and y'all like tuning in to us every single week, give us an email and shout us out. Let us know why y'all like listening to us, and we'll really appreciate that. So we'll catch y'all next week. I am DJ Brainstorm for you on social media. That is DJ Brainstorm, the number 4, the letter
U. And I be fuck you, Jacquees. Keisha was about to whoop your ass.
Catch y'all next Sunday for 1:30.